Hello guys, I'm Tom, and today we're going to find out who Sam is. One of the most enigmatic and fascinating characters that modern horror cinema has given us is, without a doubt, Sam. At first glance, he might seem like just a child in costume. One of those little kids who roam the streets every October 31st, begging for candy as the air fills with dry leaves and muffled laughter. But a closer look reveals that something is off. Behind that innocent appearance, his orange pajamas, his burlap sack mask with button eyes, and that stitched smile with crooked threads, hides something far darker, something that transcends the mere figure of a mischievous child. Sam is an ancient, ruthless entity, a spirit whose essence is intimately tied to the soul of Halloween. Sam is not just any monster. He is a primordial force that dwells in the heart of the year's most feared night. He is part of the Trick or Treat universe, both in the eponymous film and the comics that expand his legend. And his mission is as simple as it is terrifying: to punish those who break Halloween's rules, ignore trick or treat, mock the traditions, or simply look at the glowing pumpkins with disdain. Sam will come for you, but don't expect his justice to be sweet or lenient. In his hands, punishments are as creative as they are deadly. His origin, according to the mythology that Doherty himself has been weaving, traces back to the Celtic rituals of Samhain, the pagan festival that gave rise to modern Halloween. Sam is, in essence, a guardian born of fire, harvest, and darkness, a watchman who ensures that the spirit of the night is neither forgotten nor desecrated. What is truly unsettling about Sam is the duality he represents. The appearance of an innocent child combined with the brutality of a supernatural being capable of inflicting indescribable terror. This contradiction between tenderness and malice makes him an icon of contemporary horror, reminding us that even celebrations have guardians and that defying the rules can have unimaginable consequences. In this video, we will dive deep into his world. We will explore his origin, his nature, and his behavior. We will unravel his lethal abilities and, of course, question whether he truly has any weaknesses. We will analyze every detail of his appearance. The classic orange jumpsuit, the burlap sack mask with buttons, the stitched smile that seems to mock those who look at him, and how these simple elements conceal a carefully designed scheme meant to terrify and fascinate. Behind this character is Michael Doherty, a director who has elevated themed horror to an art form. Besides Trick or Treat, Doherty gave us Krampus and Godzilla, King of the Monsters, demonstrating a love for dark creatures and legends that goes beyond the conventional. His ability to fuse tradition, folklore, and psychological horror is reflected in every gesture of Sam, in every scene where innocence blends with the macabre. Sam did not first appear on the big screen. His debut was in 1996 in the short film Season's Greetings, where Doherty introduced us to a child walking among shadows in orange pajamas and a burlap mask, whose stitched smile seemed to hide secrets no viewer should uncover. And what lay beneath was more disturbing than anyone could imagine. A grotesque pumpkin head with human features, a hybrid of plant and organic matter, described by Doherty as the union between a pumpkin and a human embryo. An image that not only scares, but also lingers in the mind. Sam does not just act as a guardian. He is judge, jury, and executioner. He discriminates neither between adults and children, believers and skeptics. Anyone who breaks the rules of Halloween invokes his wrath. His justice is swift, relentless, and often deadly. Some fans speculate that his orange cloth sack not only contains candy, but also trophies from those who defied tradition, macabre reminders that Halloween rules are non-negotiable. When Sam removes his mask, a moment reserved for extreme situations, he reveals his true form: a living pumpkin, a vegetal skull pulsing with dark energy, a face that seems to emerge from the worst nightmare of any horror lover. His actor in the film, Quinn Lord, described Sam as a spirit born from a pumpkin patch, curious, playful, and slightly mischievous. Even in deleted scenes, we can see him interact like a normal child, throwing candy, stealing it back, and laughing as he disappears into the darkness. That duality between innocence and cruelty is what makes Sam so unsettling and memorable. In essence, Sam is not just a horror character. He is the embodiment of Halloween. His presence reminds us that magic, mystery, and fear are inseparable from this night. Every October 31st, when the shadows lengthen and the pumpkins light up the porches, Sam awakens to ensure that the rules are respected, reminding us that tradition comes at a price. Every year, when the October moon rises over a sky tinged with orange and shadows stretch like ghostly fingers across the streets, Sam walks among us once again. He changes cities, neighborhoods, and houses, but his routine remains unchanged. He disguises himself as a small child going door to door asking for candy. A tender, almost adorable figure, until you discover what truly hides beneath that burlap sack, beneath those button-like eyes, and that stitched smile that never moves. Because Sam is not there for candy. His purpose is far older, far deeper. Justice. A justice that knows no negotiation or mercy. A justice that punishes those who dare to desecrate the sacred rules of Halloween. Break a tradition. Extinguish a pumpkin before midnight, mock trick or treat, or deny candy to those who await it with anticipation, and Sam will appear. He gives no warnings, he does not shout, he does not run. His presence is silent, inevitable, like the shadow of a clock marking the end. His vengeance is not simple. It is creative, cruel, and poetically ironic. Each punishment is a macabre work of art, a message wrapped in terror, designed so that the offender understands the magnitude of their transgression. As a guardian of the spirit of Halloween, his role is not to kill for mere pleasure. His purpose is to maintain balance, to preserve the essence of a celebration born from pagan rituals and ancient beliefs. Sam is judge, executioner, and reminder. His punishments arrive with the precision of an ancestral curse, and while they may seem brutal, they always carry a playful, almost childlike nuance, as if Halloween itself were having fun before delivering justice. And within every crime lies a hidden message, a terrifying lesson etched into the memory of those who watch or survive. The clearest example is Mr. Krieg, the bitter old man who refused to give Sam candy. What appears to be a simple act of stinginess becomes a direct provocation to the spirit of Halloween. What follows is a bloody confrontation, where a child proves that ignoring trick or treat is not just a lack of courtesy, it is a challenge to the supernatural order. Every move Sam makes is calculated. Every attack reflects the offender's guilt and the nature of their transgression. Sam does not need large or sophisticated weapons to instill fear. His tools are as simple as they are symbolic. A broken candy lollipop, sharp as a scythe, or a chocolate bar that conceals a knife. In his hands, even sweets transform into instruments of death, and his ability to turn the innocent into lethal weapons reinforces his myth. But what truly elevates him to the status of legend are his supernatural powers. Sam is not an ordinary specter. He is an entity as ancient as Samhain itself, and as long as Halloween exists, he will never perish. He can regenerate, reassemble his body as if nothing had happened. Neither bullets nor fire can stop him. During his confrontation with Krieg, the old man shoots him at close range and tears off one of his hands. His reaction? He picks it up, puts it back in place, and continues as if nothing happened, moving with a terrifying calm that only amplifies the fear. His agility is equally unsettling. He can climb walls, slide through impossible corners, and appear behind his victims without making a sound. He can be right in front of you, or watching from the deepest darkness, waiting for the exact moment to strike. And he does more than just stalk. He manipulates reality to his advantage, teleporting, opening doors with his mind, controlling objects with telekinesis. For Sam, everything is an extension of his will, a game that blends terror and amusement. His physical strength, though hidden beneath the appearance of a child, is colossal. He can knock down an adult, break bones, throw a man like a ragdoll. During his confrontation with Krieg, this combination of supernatural strength and inhuman agility becomes abundantly clear. There is no room for error. Sam is a being who combines brutality, cunning, and precision, and there are even more layers to his legend. Some fans claim that Sam can possess and manipulate people, turning them into instruments of his justice. The most popular theory points to Rhonda, the girl who, at the end of the film, becomes trapped in the web of the zombie children. The final gesture she makes, identical to Sam's, is interpreted as a sign. She is now part of him, his extension in the world of the living. When the story of Trick, our treat, reaches its climax, and Rhonda walks away from the scene, there is a detail that few viewers notice. Sam raises his hand to say goodbye, exactly mimicking the gesture she makes. At first glance, it may seem like a simple, courteous nod, but for the most attentive fans, that moment is loaded with meaning. Was it an innocent coincidence? Or is it a subtle clue that Sam and Rhonda share a much deeper connection? A bond that transcends the visible and the comprehensible? Many followers believe that this gesture confirms the unthinkable. Sam not only watches Rhonda, but influences her, guides her, or perhaps even possesses her. Sam is not an ordinary creature. This guardian of Halloween does not limit himself to a single form. He has the power to change, to adapt to different stories, eras, and settings. He can appear as anything Halloween inspires: a mischievous spirit, a terrifying demon, or a child who seems harmless. However, among all his possible forms, there is one that recurs almost ritualistically: that of a child with a pumpkin head, dressed in orange pajamas and hidden behind a burlap mask with button eyes and a stitched smile. That image has become iconic, not only in the film but also in comics and graphic novels, portraying him centuries earlier, always the same, immutable, as if time could not touch him. In Trick, our treat, Days of the Dead, for example, his figure reappears identically, reinforcing the sense of eternity that surrounds him. But Sam's true terror goes beyond his appearance. Although his well-known powers, immortality, superhuman strength, and regenerative abilities make him a formidable threat, there are indications that he possesses even more complex and arcane skills. Among them, one of the most unsettling is clairvoyance, a sixth sense that allows him to perceive when someone has broken a Halloween rule, even if done unintentionally. He only needs to touch a jack-o'-lantern to discern whether the flame was extinguished by accident or by defiance. And if it was defiance, the consequences will be devastating, poetically cruel, a punishment wrapped in tradition and terror. Because Sam does not improvise. His world is governed by sacred rules, ancestral laws of Halloween that he protects with almost religious devotion. Always offer candy to those who ask for it. Wear a costume on Halloween night. Never extinguish the flame of a pumpkin before midnight. Show respect toward the dead. Some fans add a fifth rule, unofficial but equally chilling. Inspect the candy before giving it out, in case it contains traps or poison. Each of these laws is not arbitrary. They are the very essence of the holiday, and Sam is their relentless enforcer. Beneath that childlike appearance, Sam is a millennia-old entity, as ancient as Samhain itself. He has witnessed the birth of traditions, how humans lit bonfires to protect themselves from spirits, and how the celebration has evolved over the centuries. His childlike face is merely a mask. Sam does not age because Halloween does not die. and he is its eternal custodian. In the graphic novel Days of the Dead, there is a story set in the 19th century that reveals the true essence of this spirit. A pioneering girl named Sarah befriends an elderly Native American man whose people are being destroyed by settlers. The chief's daughter gives Sarah a rag doll shaped like Sam, assuring her that the spirit will protect her. When Sarah asks if he is good, the young native girl replies, "I wouldn't call him that, but he is ancient and powerful." That phrase sums up Sam's nature. He is neither hero nor villain. He is the force of balance, dispensing punishment and protection with the same supernatural impartiality. Sam's gift of metamorphosis allows him to adopt multiple appearances, but his scarecrow-like costume is no accident. It represents the threshold between the human and the supernatural, the line between innocence and fear. Among the costumed children, Sam blends in, just another child in the crowd. But some, like Mr. Wilkins, sense that there is something different about him, something that does not fully belong to this world. His head, however, is immutable. Beneath the mask hides a grotesque, human-like form, a disproportionate skull that turns his appearance into a macabre parody of a child. The burlap not only conceals his face, it is a warning. Whoever removes it will see what should never be seen. The few who have done so describe an unforgettable vision, a pumpkin-headed creature, eyes burning like embers, and a knife-cut smile. A fusion of plant and human, a living symbol of life and death intertwined. The original concept art for Trick, our treat, depicts him even more imposing. A figure shrouded in shadows, with a burning skull that seems to embody death itself. Sam is not just a monster. He is judgment personified, a guardian who transcends fiction. Michael Dougherty, his creator, described him as the official mascot of Halloween. He wanted a symbol, a sentinel who would keep the rules of trick or treat alive, much like Santa Claus represents Christmas or Cupid represents Valentine's Day. Thus, Sam was born, a demon child tasked with balancing the festive and the macabre, laughter and terror, the mundane and the supernatural. His first debut was in the short film Season's Greetings, where he is seen walking alone, asking for candy. No one responds, until a man decides to attack him in a dark alley. Fatal mistake. In seconds, Sam reveals his true form and makes the attacker his prey. In the end, the little one walks away with his sack full, making it clear that there is no candy, only justice. From that moment on, Sam ceased to be just a character. He became a living legend, a reminder that Halloween is not a simple holiday, but an ancestral pact, an agreement between darkness and humanity. Every time someone lights a pumpkin, hands out candy, or dons a costume to scare away spirits, Sam smiles from the shadows. Because as long as we continue to respect his rules, he will continue watching, eternal, relentless, and satisfied.